Tante. 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 Tante.
Welcome to Wheel of the Wednesday, your weekly CD news and discussion. So today, we're covering Dimension Shredder's ego details, lore and Dante's notes and where to find more, Limbus Company's required readings, and more. Here are each segment's timestamps. So first, here's the news. A lot of events are going to end as soon as this patch goes live. Your lowest turn count will now be etched on each of your Refraction Railway banners as a reward for finishing it. Make sure to unlock the Lost and Found for the rewards if you somehow haven't already, or else you'll lose them. The event side of a Hell's Chicken will also conclude, and while you may not be able to earn any more Bongi plushies, you can still collect the rewards for one more week. Afterwards, the standard stages will be moved over to the main story. As for the last event to end, the pre-registration rewards from when Limbus Company was first advertised will no longer be claimable for accounts registered after this patch. And now, for the actual gameplay, entering your mom's credit card. Today's patch will feature the Double Dimension Shredder Ego banner. We've previously covered how beautifully anime these two ego are, but you can now see what they have to offer here. We have a new debuff called Dimensional Rift, which is somewhat similar to Nails, but it does rupture for next turn instead, but disappears after one turn. Considering that there aren't currently too much egos and identities to help keep rupture stacks around, this could have some potential. However, look at this. On both the Ego Awakening and Corrosion, this skill will deal bonus damage and inflict Dimensional Rift based on charge spent and rupture on the target. So it seems that Yi Song's version of this ego reduces rupture count, which I'm unsure I'm a fan of. I could be proven wrong though, if the big numbies make it worth the trade-off. Next, we have Hong Lu's Dimension Shredder. This one definitely has a good sense for meta, based on it guaranteeing stats before attack, along with inflicting Fragile and Dimensional Rift. Its corrosion is ridiculously useful too, as in more difficult battles, your sinners are not likely going to be the one with the most HP. And what's interesting is that this version spends the charge count, having a bit of dynamic between overclocking or corroding versus the regular awakening. But without either of these sinners having a charge-based identity just yet, it'll be difficult to supply them with charge, unless these ego passives provide an exorbitant amount of charge, or if you build around helping them with Teleport Don Quixote and Envy resonances. But this could be a cart before the horse situation, or a soup before the nail situation, with a later identity helping them out. Where's my W Corp Hong Lu, Jihoon? So, this is the first time I'm saying something like this, but unless you simp for Hong Lu or Yi Song, I actually don't think you should go wild on this banner. This is a reminder that these are Season 0 egos, which means that not only are they permanently available on every single banner, you cannot get a dupe of them. It's only event and Battle Pass ego that are season-based. That means it's only due time before Hong Lu will Dimension Shred into your DMs. Next, Dante has been hard at work at releasing his daily notes, but it looks like T-Corp actually got ahead of him. Discretion advised, as the information has already been fully released on this website in the description. So far, it's been pretty nice for giving us a view of the city from Dante's perspective, and not in a third-person omniscient manner like Library of Runa. It gives us enough information for lore buffs to want more, and I think it's a pretty smart choice. But it's got me thinking. If you've just dived into the world of Project Moon, well, first of all, welcome. You're a masochist. Second, Project Moon takes a lot of influences from other classic literatures, such as these. Technically, to know each of the classic literary inspirations, you had to have read the following. All of these just for Lobotomy Corporation, these few for Library of Runa, and one for each sinner on the bus in Limbus Company. But most people haven't read these works yet. So, if you ever wanted to know how smart and how good a person Faust was, you can! You really don't need to, as most of their influence is inspiration. Some of these depicted here are actually Project Moon's own content, and that I can recommend if you haven't done so. They chronologically fit into the timeline in this order. Lobotomy Corporation happens alongside Wonder Lab, leading into the next game, Library of Runa, which has Distortion Detective happening in parallel. After the events of Runa, we get to see Leviathan, featuring a couple familiar characters like Charon and Virgilius, and that leads us into Limbus Company. By the way, Wonder Lab is a manhwa, Distortion Detective is a web novel, and Leviathan's a webcomic. Mandatory readings. As a reward for getting this far, it's time for
Limbus Company!
Your regularly scheduled meme break. Alternate responses to I love you. I love you too. Okay. I'm sorry. Who doesn't? A horrible decision, really. I know. Why? If only there was someone out there who loved you. Scene. Holy
Shin.
shit! I feel that Faust one too much. I bring a sort of killing indiscriminately in the name of justice vibe to the workplace that Virgilius doesn't really like. Well, what is this spoiled? I'm scared. Oh! Oh my god, who killed Sonic? Detective game. No. I want to believe this is actually text from the game too. This would be crazy. Gregor, he has to cook. The one who knocks? Okay, I like the background. Hold on. What is that? What is this Maple Story looking ass mother? Tinkaton? What is a Tinkaton? Okay, whatever. Do you have anything you want to say to chickens for having made this kebab? I'm sorry, chickens. Everyone claps. Yeah, chickens! Is this like an The Office skit? I don't have enough brain cells for this. Thank you to the folk in the description for posting these memes. If you would like to have a PM meme featured, please consider joining the Discord to post in Project Meme. All links below. Let's get back on track and bask in the moonlight. This time, I gotta shine out on Ager's How to Visit Hong Hong Pong Pong, Project Moon restaurant for foreigners. I'm sure a good amount of you have seen it already. She's got a silly editing style and comfy vibes, all the while genuinely addressing some difficult questions for foreigners attempting to travel there. Making an itinerary and planning international travel is quite difficult, especially if you can't communicate in that country's language. Speaking of that video, I'm also going to be traveling abroad for the first time at some point soon, and I'll be recording my experiences and putting it in a vlog. I'll make it as a special 2K subscriber celebration video, and I'm definitely going to be using a lot of the information present in Ager's video for when I attempt to check out Hong Hong Pong Pong myself. Please look forward to it, and I hope you're as excited as I am to see it. And now, train of thought. I always love seeing more new abnormalities. We've got quite a few new different abnormality codes in the Project Moon universe now. F for fairy tale, T for trauma, O for original, D for donator, S for sin, and M for myth? I haven't figured that one out yet. What's one from these types that you'd like to see next? Please do share your custom abnormalities if you have them. To play the obvious one, I'd like to understand whatever classification code M is. The only M types that we have so far are Doomsday Calendar and My Form Empties. So, seeing more might narrow down what exactly M means. So, that's that. And this was This Will of the Wednesday. Happy grinding. So far, it's been pretty nice for giving us a view. Dies. God.